Welcome back to the Express at the Surrey Art Centre. Today we're learning all about the art of play, and coming up we're going to tour the new exhibit Deep Play, which focuses on the beautiful game. But right now it's a little aqua education with today's road trip. We're taking you to one of the most popular tourist attractions in Vancouver, the Aquarium.
Travel along with us on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia.
It's a place of water and wonder, entertainment, and education. We're taking a road trip to the Vancouver Aquarium.
Well, we are very fortunate being a coastal community that in a lot of cases people can just go right out to the coastline and interact with a lot of these animals, but a significant portion of our guests are kids and people that either come from places that the ocean isn't as accessible. So by making it accessible to people, by creating those connections with the animals, hopefully people, go home knowing a little bit more.
Hi, cutie pie. Oh, good girl. Our goals here at the Vancouver Aquarium is to educate the people of how we can help these animals out in the ocean, as well as how we can educate ourselves more about them. The more educated we are, the more we're going to do, and so I think that's a big thing about the aquarium that we definitely do very well.
People come to the Vancouver Aquarium for a variety of reasons, but the most popular draws are the marine mammals. Since 1996, it's been the policy of the Vancouver Aquarium not to take any marine mammals from the wild. The belugas behind me were born in captivity, and the 3 dolphins were rescued off fishing nets in Japan.
Playful or acrobatic, as those you can see from these amazing aerial displays.
The dolphin shows offer one way for visitors to the Vancouver Aquarium to connect with and learn about these ocean mammals. Other popular exhibits are the shark tank, which includes a large green sea turtle, and an aquarium featuring enormous fish swimming by at eye level.
If you look closely on the bottom, you'll also notice a couple southern stingrays.
There's lots to see and do at the aquarium.
We have the BC Waters hallway, which we're in right now, which focuses on a lot of the marine life in British Columbia. And if you look at the signboards above, it kind of focuses on different areas of the coast.
And what's your favorite part?
The whale.
The whales. There's just lots to look at, and the kids enjoy it, so why not?
I like the sharks the best because how they move and what they look like.
I think the importance of educating the children is obviously they're going to be our future, and we definitely want to be educated on these animals so they can help in our ocean sustainability and make sure that their children and their children get to see what we get to see.
And at the Vancouver Aquarium, we get to see all the wonders swimming beneath the waters of our world. I'm Kendall Harris in Vancouver for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
If you go to the Vancouver Aquarium's website, vanaqua.org, you can see webcams of the beluga whales and the sea otters. And you can also learn more about those interesting animals. And we're going to learn lots about cockatiels coming up on today's Express. But right now, it's actual cocktails, because a trend on the wedding scene is to serve a signature cocktail that reflects both the bride and the groom.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. Different drinks are used to mark different occasions. Champagne to celebrate, beer to barbecue. For Sarah's wedding, we met mixologist Jacob Sweetapple at the Fairmont, educating us in how to create custom cocktails for her big day.
Signature cocktails, which is kind of this thing that people have at weddings now, which I love the idea. So I want a bride drink and a groom drink.
When you are going to design a drink for someone, do you ask them what alcohols they like, or do you just get a feel for who they are?
Definitely like their likes and dislikes. So whether they're very, outdoorsy.
I really like things girly. My ring is pink. I like everything pink.
Okay, maybe not outdoorsy, but Jacob knew what to do.
We're going to do a sparkling cocktail served in a champagne flute. It is summertime. We've got access to amazing fresh berries. We've all had those cocktails that are too sweet, and we've had those ones that are too sour. So getting a nice even balance makes for a nice drink.
This is just so neat because it's a whole other experience for your guests to have a custom cocktail. It's not just your go get a beer.
And I believe the wedding's in California, so we're going to use a little Californian brut.
Ta-da!
It's so pretty.
And now to name it. The pink crinoline. And Sarah taste tested over and over and over again.
Cheers.
And now for the groom's drink.
I want to do a surprise groom's corner at the wedding where we have a bar set up where we're going to serve whiskey and they're going to smoke cigars.
I've actually just worked on a cigar-infused scotch for a new cocktail.
That sounds like it wouldn't taste good.
So how do you do an infusion?
We cut down the middle of the cigar and we let it soak in a jar with a scotch sealed airtight for a couple of hours, and then we strain all the tobacco leaves back out. A good friend of mine said the other day that some of the best cocktails come from accidents. So.
Or from 5 in the morning when all you have left. You're like, wait a minute, what do we have? Okay, maybe just 3 in the morning.
Oh, bride and groom.
This is called a Smoking Noble.
It's good because it's really sort of sweety fruity at the beginning, and then the scotch hits you right at the end.
And you can
It's
smell the
nice.
smokiness almost.
Yeah, on the back end.
And then it was time to make a drink for the wedding bells. I'm a little bit more of a dirty martini cracking a beer can kind of girl.
And I like Pimm's and wine.
We're going to take it into the sort of the premium range of products, and I was thinking of using all French.
Mais oui, je pense que c'est une bonne idée.
Some beautiful cognac. We're going to use some beautiful botanical chartreuse made by the monks, and an infusion of about 130 different herbs and spices. Secret to the rest of the world.
Similar to the Da Vinci Code. Ooh. And voila.
So good.
All 3 drinks were amazing, and we named our drink
La Belle.
La Belle.
When you translate it means the beauty.
No matter where my guests end up in the world, if they have this drink, they'll always be at my wedding.
For Shaw TV, we're the wedding bells.
A pink drink, I love it. La Belle looks pretty tasty too. You're watching The Express, and we're moving from sips to sports, along with animals and art. Up next.
Footage of people who take the statistics.
Up next on The Express.
Broadcasting footage, so it really shows you all the different versions of the game.
Deep play at the Surrey Art Centre.
Do all kinds of things with them. You can teach them to talk and keep them in.
Cockatiels as companions. The Express. This is your local voice.
We will not do as we are told.
We will not dump our friends just because someone says they're not cool.
We will not be shy when we have something to say.
We will not let boys have all the sports.
We will not be afraid to take on challenges.
We will not go on diets just to look a certain way.
We will not be ashamed of who we are.
We are girls. We will do what's right for us.
Welcome back to The Express at the Surrey Art Centre, calling all soccer fans.
I thought it would be particularly interesting to show it just after the last FIFA World Cup in South Africa, because it really is related to technology and the influence of digital technology. But it's a 12-channel video installation by Haroon Farouki called Deep Play, and it was created in 2006, and it's about all these different windows in on the game, really.
It is amazing if you think the different way that people watch sports, right? I mean, people are watching it now on their phones. Of course, people were glued to the TV. I was in Chile during the World Cup. I mean, people stopped working just to watch these games.
Absolutely. I mean, it is really the biggest sporting spectacle and event in the world. The most viewers at the FIFA World Cup. In this work, we have surveillance footage of the game. We have computer technologies that coaches now use to evaluate people's play. You see footage of people who take the statistics. You see behind-the-scenes broadcasting footage. So it really shows you all the different versions of the game that are going on simultaneously.
Awesome. And when you're on your lunch break from work, you just come in here and eat here, watch the screens?
We all do. We come in here and have lunch. Absolutely. Yeah.
Haroon Farouki's Deep Play runs until December 19th here at the Surrey Art Centre. It really has been all about play today on The Express, and we're continuing with that with today's Critter Care and some playful pets.
Petland's Critter Care is brought to you in part by Nutrients Pet Foods, online at nutrients.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this edition of Critter Care. Robert has a lot of birds, cockatiels in fact, they're really well behaved. I was telling him how impressed I am that they're not flying in my face.
Well, and they are well behaved. These are hand-raised cockatiels. They're a variety of colors, but the really nice thing about cockatiels is that for the most part, they're all very friendly and very handleable. And they're just a great pet bird because you can do all kinds of things with them. You can teach them to talk and keep them in a cage in your house, take them out. They are part of the family because parrots, and this is a type of parrot, have a very large brain in proportion to their body size. They have a lot of intelligence, and so we can do a lot of stuff with them and make them part of our family and make them a really, really nice pet.
What do they eat, and how do we care for them properly?
Well, they're from Australia originally, which wasn't your question, but they eat a lot of different things. They're kind of you give them a seed or pellet-based diet, and then we want to supplement that with lots of dark green leafy vegetables and just fruit, vegetables, pasta, hard-boiled egg yolk, things like that. If it's good for you, for the most part, it's good for them, but do your research on what to feed them.
Of course. Cockatiels are really popular. Why do you think,
Stop fighting, you guys.
There's a huge variety of birds, right? How many different species do we have? Why are these guys so popular above everything else?
Because they're a small big bird and they're a big small bird, so we can keep them in a small space, but they act like a big bird. All of your parrot experts, if they could only have one pet bird, for the most part, they would say, I would have a cockatiel, because they're intelligent, they're friendly, you can teach them to talk. And by the way, we teach birds to talk by repeating words with lots of emphasis. And that's why birds learn to swear, because you hit your thumb with a hammer and you go, ah, 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 right? And the bird goes, oh, ah, ah, right? And he learns how to swear that way. Whereas if you're going, hello, hello, he's not paying any attention to you. So talk with lots of emphasis. And women and children tend to teach birds better because they've got a higher pitched voice, and they tend to they tend to be a little bit more persistent than guys. So teach your bird how to talk.
Thanks so much for the advice, Robert. And if you are considering getting a cockatiel as a pet, it's always important to do your research first. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time on Critter Care.
Petland's Critter Care is brought to you in part by Nutrients Pet Foods, online at nutrients.com.
Today on The Express, we've learned about cockatiels and earlier dolphins. We've hung out with marathon runners and mixologists. And now it's time to shine our Express spotlight on some seasonal events. The Vancouver Park Board and BC firefighters invite everyone to enjoy some seasonal magic and illumination. More than 2 million twinkling lights transform the forest, the train, and the children's farmyard in the middle of Stanley Park. Make your own lantern, carry it through the labyrinth, and watch the Douglas Park light up in this annual tree lighting celebration. Hot chocolate will be provided, but you may want to dress warm. Get in the Christmas spirit and join Santa in this annual holiday street parade. Be part of the community as several floats express their imagination and enthusiasm for the holiday season. And of course, remember, Deep Play and Game Show run here at the Surrey Art Centre through to December 19th. I'm Johanna, and on behalf of all of us on The Express, thanks so much for watching. We're going to leave you with a look at some more artistic expression. It's the North Shore Theatre for Children's latest puppet show. See you next time.
It is called the Briar Rose. They named you after this flower because you are as gracious and as noble and as beautiful as this flower is. Smell it.